What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan is welcome. And this is Hot Take Tuesday. Yeah, it is coming out very late. I did do it in the stream earlier, but I'm just gonna do it in a separate video as well. I think it's just as fine to do it in a separate video. So I'm gonna give my honest thoughts again on these hot takes. And if you want to give hot takes in the future, make sure to join the Discord. I did fix the Discord link in the channel link, so go check that out. So you guys know real quick before I get into it, warm means that, I think it's realistic. I think it's likely to happen. Hot, I mean, it's like hot, I think it's not likely to happen. And piping hot, I think it's very, very unlikely to happen. So, let's get into doing these hot takes. We got two this week. We have Silver Sabs with one. And his hot take is the Eagles will land Deshaun Watson next year and make playoffs, winning the NFC East. So this is kind of a two-parter, right? First he's asking the Eagles will, or no, he's saying the Eagles will land Deshaun Watson, right? I'm going to give this one hot, just because I don't think Deshaun Watson's going to be traded this offseason. I don't think anyone's going to trade for him this offseason because we don't know about the allegations yet. We don't know all that stuff going on field. We don't know that story. I just don't think he's going to be traded this offseason. Plus, it's 2-3 weeks away from the season. So, not really an ideal time to go out and get a new quarterback that isn't going to know the playbook at all. So, that's hot right there, in my opinion. Maybe next year they'll trade for Deshaun, if anyone trades for Deshaun, because I don't even know about Hurts. If Hurts does fine, they won't need to. But if Hurts, kind of doesn't do as good and is as bad as a lot of people are thinking, then yeah, Hurts is, then they may look into it. And then it is, if they do land Deshaun, or no, when they do land Deshaun, he says, they'll make the playoffs, winning the NFC East. Um, you know, this is a hard one to put a warm hot or piping hot on, because they could, that NFC East is loaded. You could basically flip a coin, and that's how you're gonna figure out who's gonna win. Um, it's just how that division is. There hasn't been a repeat winner since 02, 03, something like that with the Philadelphia Eagles. It has not been done since then, so it's not on the Washington football team's. So history is not on the Washington football team side. Um, you can really go back and forth because the NFC's is so packed. All these teams are really good, and all these teams are going to compete for number one. I don't think there's another division that all four teams could compete for number one. All the NFC West, yeah. But yeah, it's going to be a really interesting thing to see when Deshaun Watson gets traded, and if the Eagles will, end up winning the NFC East. So in all, I'm going to give this piping hot because one, the Eagles will land Deshaun Watson. I'm giving that hot right there. And then next year and make the playoffs, winning the NFC East. I'm gonna give this thing piping hot because then you make the playoffs in the NFC East. You kind of have like a 25% chance of winning just because of how the division is. So I'm gonna give this piping hot. Gold 4307. AJ Brown is an overall better player than DK Metcalf. Now this one could be an opinion-based one. You could probably go either way with this one. Of course, DK Metcalf is, he's fast, he's tall, he's got everything you freaking want in a receiver, everything you could possibly dream of in a wide receiver. He can go up and catch, even though he has been a bit inconsistent at times. Another thing is he has had some instances on the sideline, throwing helmets, yelling at teammates, yelling at coaches. And in the playoff game versus the Rams, we saw what happened. In that playoff game versus the Rams, DK was yelling at the coaches, yelling at players, yelling at Russ, and just going crazy. And Russ tried forcing it to him, and that led to a pick six on the screen. So, I think DK just has to settle down. I believe he definitely has the traits to be the best receiver in the league. That's for sure. But AJ Brown does too. Maybe AJ Brown isn't as fast. Maybe he isn't as tall, but he's still pretty darn tall. He still has some good freaking speed. He has some good freaking hands. Good freaking route running. Good instincts. AJ Brown can do it all. AJ Brown is a top 10 receiver in the league, in my opinion. Top 10, top 12, top 15. You know, he is definitely a top 10 talent. There's just so many good wide receivers in the league today. But yeah, I definitely think he's top 10, top 12. So, you know, but this is his opinion. You know, he says AJ Brown is an overall better player than DK Metcalf, which is my opinion. Um, so I'm gonna give it a warm. I'm gonna give him warm because I think it's likely. I think that's fair. Um, but that is an opinion based. It really isn't. It really, you could go any way you want with that one. It depends on who you like more, and it goes at me and Gold both like AJ Brown more. So let me know what you guys think. That's gonna be Hot Take Tuesday for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave that like and sub, and put that post notification bell on so you don't miss any future videos. And as always, I will catch you guys in the next video.